Well, that's wrong. That's not good. There we go. All right. Oh my god. This is a professional stream, everyone. This is what they look like. And again, every goddamn time. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. There we go. But why is it not focusing now? Is it, am I too dark? This is too much light. Way too much light. But at least the autofocus works. Okay, I think that could. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see here. Jesus, I'm wondering if you're still here. Sorry to hear that you're off to work. That sucks. I was watching the chess boxing event put up by Ludwig. And that shit was crazy. I did not expect it to be as entertaining as it was. But I gotta say, it was pretty entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. It really lived up to the hype. I didn't catch the end of it just yet. I just watched the main event. This guy's toast and somebody, I don't know. They're gonna rewatch that and they're gonna kick themselves. The opponent of this guy's toast. But I thought, because I haven't watched everything yet, I want to see I'm getting static. Okay, I'm gonna see if I get static from the stream. Nope, no static there. Okay, just on my end. That's fine. I don't care. Oh my god. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Oh, thank God. I couldn't see my audio levels, and I thought I was muted for a second. Just the computer, and that's fine. I haven't played anything yet. So apparently, there was a surprise event. I want to see what they have to say after the match. This is the ending of the Disguised Toast versus Point Crow. Hey, good morning, Brian. Jesus. I'm guessing Brian as well. It says Brian there. This is the ending of the
board. There it is.
Of the chess boxing match.
So much Germa.
Let's see here.
Aggressive, big brain, unbelievable. But in the very end, let's get the decision here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna move this away. Let's go ahead. Disguised Toast.
I thought Germa was a pretty good announcer. He has that voice.
Unbelievable.
But what he doesn't have is the experience.
That was
the live experience. Because what you need to do, which Jerma didn't do, is you have to hype up the crowd. You have to give the crowd a chance to react to what you're saying.
Toast, I want to start with you. How do you
And
feel, man?
he
Talk
just
about the
went,
emotions here.
A lot going
this
on.
guy.
Mostly
And then the
pain in
crowd
my
came.
head.
So, this guy! And then let the crowd
Eric.
roar.
What a champion. What a fighter.
I have to give them a chance to react, you know?
Humble in victory.
But that's what, I guess that's
what do you have to say?
what streaming does to you.
That was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And
You don't
would
get
never,
the
ever
live
done with any other person
reaction,
except for
which
Toast. Mad
would
respect
help
to that
in
guy.
this situation.
he's a real one. Oh my God, that was great. That was great.
You guys were fucking amazing. It was awesome to see you in the ring. I'm glad it wasn't me, but you guys did fucking amazing.
Yeah. You didn't. Why didn't you fight? This is your event. Why didn't you fight?
I know. I would, but I have a chest hole. Plus, I haven't trained boxing. I had to commentate. I'm tired.
Ludwig, hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second right now. Just give me one moment, please. This is Mogul Chess Boxing Championship.
Yeah, so what? Who gives a shit about the name? I made it up yesterday.
You don't think that Ludwig should probably fight tonight?
What?
Yeah!
No.
Hold on a minute. Do you think that Ludwig should fight in this ring right now?
Ludwig's squirming.
Hey, whoa, chill. Jerma, hey, love that dollhouse thing you did. Could you shut the fuck up? I haven't trained boxing. I don't know how to fight.
Could I see a show of hands on who would like to fight him?
I just love this guy's toast and Point Crow is just gassed out behind him.
You don't want to know? Do you want to go?
Completely just
I
exhausted.
don't know how to box. They don't know how to box.
Oh, you don't have to box. You don't have to box at all. You can do something completely different.
Like what?
I don't know. You get a table in here and maybe get somebody to go on the other side of the table and do a little bit of a slap boxing.
Slap boxing? No.
A little whack.
I'm not Russian. I'm not built for that.
Just stay right here.
What is about to happen?
What?
Is
this really happening?
this really about to go down? Germa, pick me.
I'd
Germa,
love
you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
Smack Ludwig.
No, you guys don't want to fight me. You don't want to fight me. I'm very strong.
Hey,
I'm very strong.
I think I might have found somebody
what
right
the
over
fuck
here.
is that?
Sea-Dog!
What?
Are you in? You in?
I think it's time to embarrass you in your own event.
What is it,
Big
WWE?
fighting words from Sea-Dog and from the stands.
Is it because what I said about the World Cup? Is it because I shit in your toilet when you weren't there? What's Connor? We're friends.
Oh, it's interesting. A table just showed up right in the middle of the ring.
All
What the
right,
heck
well,
happened?
ladies and gentlemen, to close out the night, we have the Cash App Slap Boxing Spectacle.
Oh my goodness.
Never before in history has slap
gonna be
chess
all right.
boxing happened.
This is nuts.
The way this works, how? How does it work?
Well, from my understanding is you're going to stand on one side. Sea-Dog's going to stand on the other side. Oh my goodness, I almost went over. Hopefully there's more room. And you're going to take turns slapping each other in the gosh darn face. And do you need to play chess at all? Or
And we're also playing chess too?
do you want to play chess too?
Oh, okay, that's great. That's great.
You could play
Connor,
chess
how
if
do you
you'd like.
feel?
I think by the time we're done here, you're going to need another cat to save your channel. You're going to need more content. Your face is going to be ruined.
Okay. Come on, just give me the
Are they really about to
content.
slap each other right now? No gloves, no wraps. They're just gonna hit each other.
Oh, we gotta hold on a minute. This is crazy.
Who's gonna go first? I want Connor to go first. Connor is gonna go first. Let's go.
What?
This is it.
See, I mean, that's
unreal.
Jerma's job.
This is nuts.
All right, so Connor gets first strike. I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage.
What are the rules?
I think they're just going to slap each other.
All right.
Sick. Oh yeah, maybe those are the rules. You hold the table, and one guy does a wind up.
How?
Okay. And he just takes it. Can he block?
No, you have to just tank the punch. Now normally you have.
It happened. Slap directly on the cheek. Hitting the chin.
I house you. All right, get ready, Welshman. Get ready.
All right. Second shot coming up. Ludwig winding up and slap goes the dynamite.
I fucking missed, but next round you're fucked. Yeah, the way this works is we have 4 rounds of slapping and 4 rounds of chess. So let's get our chess official up here and jump into it. Fuck, you hit me way harder than I hit you.
Oh God.
Wow. Okay, so the slap happened. The head
Game broadcasted, by the way. Expected, but welcome.
thing about Connor's chest.
Yes, including the slapping, because who wouldn't slap Ludwig?
Okay. So, okay, the slaps are done. And the same hand that they just used to slap each other, they shook. How about that? For a chance to win $500 from Cash App, who is sponsoring this slap chest
This
boxing.
piece right
Already
here
breaking the rules
is
like very heinously
fucking
by
annoying
doing
me.
alternate hand clock hitting, but I don't think that's being enforced.
That's-
He might be a little dazed from the absolutely monster slap that was delivered on his face by his opponent.
I do think the slap round goes to Sea-Dog.
Yeah, that he definitely wanted. Sea-Dog is dealing with a Scotch opening right now. This is Ludwig's literally only opening that he knows, but he knows it pretty well.
What?
And actually,
Ludwig,
Scotch decline.
you
Now
fucked
Ludwig has
up.
absolutely no idea what he's doing. And the thing is, at this level of the game, Sea-Dog is good enough to be solid, slightly worse, but still keep the game going. What is that move from Ludwig? Did he just move a random flank pawn? It's the slap. It's got to be the slap.
Is that a pin on the night?
Yes, it's a pin on the knight, and Ludwig blocks. Ludwig's position is actually, it's only a slightly worse. If Sea-Dog takes the knight right now with that bishop that he just moved out, he can take the center pawn. But he's twirling the mustache. He's actually getting his hand prepared for the slap.
Yeah, those slaps were intense, man. But the Meteor one definitely going.
Okay, it's not as interesting as I wanted it to be. Anyway, how you been, Jesus? How you been? I haven't streamed for some time. Almost. Is it 2 weeks? It might be 2 weeks. And the reason for it is A, I'm a lazy bitch. That's point number A, of course. Point B is that my girlfriend got sick, and due to our living situation, I'm not gonna stream while she's at home if I can avoid it. If she comes home while I'm streaming, that's one thing. I mean, she came home early. That's on her. I plan my stream to do it while she's away. But if she's sick, she can't escape me. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna let her have some space. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. And well, anyway, while I've been away, I've watched. You ordered an RTX 3080 equipped PC. That's awesome. Way to go, man. That's you're gonna have some fun with that one. While I've been away, I've watched Wednesday on Netflix, which I fucking loved. I watched The Amazing Atheist. Why am I showing you all this? Why am I not just here? This was not planned. I watched The Amazing Amazing Atheist review it, and while I agree with his assessment of the overall show, as someone who doesn't have a love, really a memory of the 90s movies, I don't care for about the changes. I thought it was good. I thought it was excellent even. The only part I really didn't love was not Morticia. What's the dad's name? Adam's Family. Dad's name. Gomez. Gomez Adams was really the only one I thought was badly casted. Like overtly badly cast. I didn't like his portrayal because that I agree with TJ. I'm not bisexual. I'm not gay. But I can recognize that Gomez should have some sex appeal to him, some French love in him, you know? I love TJ Kirk as well, Jesus. I absolutely love him. I've been watching him since his early days, back on and off. I haven't watched him religiously for all that time. He's changed his content quite a lot throughout the years, which is probably why he's still active. But yeah, I've watched him since the early days of YouTube. Amazing Atheist. When did he get his start?
So I saw this thing.
Shut up. I want to see. Wait. Oh my god, look at this. So YouTube used to have a tab for oldest first, but now they just have recently uploaded and popular. And I don't want either. I want the first uploaded video. About. Yeah, 2006. I believe YouTube started in 2005. So yeah, and my original account, I still have access to it. It's my private account. I'm not gonna share it if I can prevent it. I joined April 6th, 2006. So I have been on YouTube since the heyday, since the early days. And so yeah, I love TJ. I've been watching him. But I even though I'm not gay, even though I'm not bisexual, I can recognize that Gomez needs to have some kind of sex appeal. And I don't think the actor brought that. And that's not because he's necessarily unattractive, though I think he is. As a heterosexual man, as a straight man, I don't think he's an attractive man. But even an unattractive man can have sex appeal. But I just don't think he brought it. But yeah, that's the only thing I really didn't like about the show. The rest I absolutely love. Even though the show was telegraphing pretty much everything from the start in a little bit of an overt fashion. But yeah, the overall show I absolutely loved. Absolutely. I didn't know if I would. But after episode 1, I was completely hooked. Completely. And we debated if we were gonna stretch out, because it's just 8 episodes. It's too short. It's way too short. So me and my girlfriend debated if we're gonna stretch out the show. see it over a longer period of time. But we just binged it. And we couldn't stop. The other thing we watched was the Grand Budapest Hotel. I've never been hooked on Wes Anderson. His style of filmmaking hasn't really appealed to me. It's a very special type of filmmaking. It lends itself to very specific forms of storytelling. But I loved Grand Budapest Hotel. Oh, sorry, we watched 3 things. I'm going to come to a third thing, which was probably my favorite thing we watched. But the Grand Budapest Hotel, if you haven't watched it, I'm going to spoil it. So, I'm sorry, but I'm going to spoil it because I can't talk about this without spoiling it. In essence, it's a story about the rise of Nazism. And I would say it's a story about the invasion of France and how a Jewish boy. This is me reading between the lines. This is me reading into the story. This is what I got from the story. How a Jewish boy in France was able to gain power despite Nazi rule. Told from the eyes of a Nazi higher up who was in the midst of this drama that happened in the movie. But you don't get to because I was sitting there throughout the whole movie wondering, why is it told in this way? Not the filmography, not the cinematography, but the story in and of itself. Why does it feel like why does it tell the story with the main characters in a disassociative way, in a third person type of way? And I couldn't grasp it until the end. Because this movie begins with a writer saying, some people think being a writer is coming up with a great story and being able to write it. The trick to being a great writer is that once you've published your first book, people will come to you with their stories. And all you have to do is write them down. Something like that, in broad strokes. And the movie ends because he's telling the story of how the owner of this hotel for lonely people, pretty much, got into the possession of its owner. And the owner begins the story by talking about, and he says this is a grand hotel that people know about, but it's the story is altered for protection or something like that. And so you're immediately put in a position to figure out what is it about. That's the premise the movie sets up from the beginning. And as it moves along, the Nazi symbolism grows stronger and stronger and stronger. Because first, it's just about families feuding. Or internal family. Not even. First, it's just about the hotel and how the porcher, I'm not sure what the name is. The guy running the hotel, pretty much, how he's scamming women into elderly women into falling in love with him and writing him into their will. And how he's taken a young boy as an apprentice for this job. And then he gets a painting that's immensely valuable. And from a woman who died. But there's a scheme, because she was murdered, apparently. And she had a second will that was, in the event of my murder, XYZ should happen. But he gets this painting, and he steals it, but he doesn't really steal it, because it's his. But there's a feud about it, so he just takes it into his possession to sell. And him and the boy comes to an agreement, yada, yada, yada. And all this time, the Nazi symbolism grows stronger and stronger and stronger. And what begins with this feud as a family feud ends up with one of the family members becoming a high-ranking SS officer. And then, at the end of the movie, the owner of the hotel and the hotel itself is revealed to be located in South America. And that's when it hit me. That's when the coin dropped. That's when my gears clicked and just went, oh, okay, now I get it. It was such a relief. I would have hated the movie probably if I didn't. Well, not hated it. I would have enjoyed it, but I wouldn't have loved it if I didn't get that reveal. Because that reveal told me everything about the movie. Because the movie sets out as like he's a scammer, but he's also a great person. The man who runs the hotel. He's a great person. He loves the bellboy, whatever the title is, and he puts his life in danger for the boy. But it's kind of told as if he's too good to be true, you know? But by revealing that it's set in South America, what happens is I realized that the story was told from the SS officer's point of view. It wasn't the boy's point of view. It was the SS officer's point of view, and it lended credence and reliability to the story because he was telling on himself. So what I imagine, now I don't know if this is true. I can't prove this, but my headcanon is, I don't think Wes Anderson. It had, I looked it up on IMDb, and it had influence from a writer who lived in the early 1900s. He had influenced the movie somehow and his writings. I don't know exactly where the inspiration came from. I haven't looked that deep into it. But in my headcanon, I imagine the writer of this movie, sitting down with an elderly Nazi in South America, happening upon him, and him telling his authentic story about these events. And he plucked one of those events and told it from the opposite side. Probably embellished, he altered everything and yada, yada, yada. But, you know, the main story is how this Nazi just told the truth. And So that's my headcanon. And that's I love that that storytelling. When the end reveals a key detail which alters your perception of everything. So I want to rewatch it with that in mind. And yeah, you should, Jesus, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's well worth it. The third thing we watched was Hot Rod, which is from the Lonely Island Boys. Let me see here.
What's up, little riders? Jump in the public pool tomorrow. Tell your friends. That's just a sample.
Good luck.
Don't worry, Denise. I've done this before.
So, what are you supposed to be?
A stuntman.
Wow.
My safe word will be whiskey.
So you mean whiskey?
What?
I just don't get why you're saying it that way.
Why I'm saying what way?
Forget it.
I will forget it. Whoa, whiskey! Whiskey!
Now you see this.
Hey, everybody. We have a new crew member today, Denise.
You absolutely have to watch it, Jesus. But you watch this trailer and you think, it's just a dumb...
No, David, I just said that.
Dumb slapstick comedy. Popstar is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Popstar never stopping. But Hot Rod is, I believe, their first feature length. But the issue for the Lonely Island Boys is they are either 20 years too late or 20 years too early. It's either way, because comedy does not make box office anymore. They've missed that train, and they are jumping the shark for the next train. But they can't wait. So I appreciate them doing these movies. But Hot Rod is, when you watch the trailer, it just looks like a slapstick movie, like any slapstick movie. And it isn't. It got so much heart. It really does. You think they're just gonna tool on these redneck stuntmen, but they don't. It's just a love for that type of person. That's the best way I can describe it, and it really feels like he's stupid, but also he's a great person. And it made me realize all those people, as long as they wouldn't have political leanings at all, because as soon as the main character in Hot Rod would open his mouth about anything political, the jig would be up. He would no longer be an affable, goofy type of character. He would now be fucking monster. Every love you have for him would just drain away with every word he spoke. Just grains of sand. But as long as you're keeping it apolitical, those guys are fucking amazing. Yeah, so I absolutely watch Hot Rod on a night you just want to have a good laugh. That's what I can say. Absolutely. One other thing, while I have gotten... I like Sacha Baron Cohen as well, Jesus. I have I have crippling levels of cringe. How you gonna say it? Crippling level of cringe disability. That's how I'm gonna phrase it. Me cringing is physical pain. So unfortunately, as much as I love Sacha Baron Cohen, I couldn't watch Who's America. Yeah, Who's America. I couldn't watch it. I watched 2 episodes, but every goddamn time I was hurled up in a ball, and I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. What I have been doing, however, what I can take is game development. So did I talk about this last time? I think I did. No, I didn't. I didn't. Oh my god. I have been busy with my Fallout meets Superhot game. And it's an unintentional mashup. Because what I wanted to do from the beginning was Fallout RPG, but I hate the combat. So I just wanted an XCOM style combat from the beginning. So I spent probably a month trying to figure out how to do XCOM style movement, and I just couldn't. It just didn't happen. So what I ended up with, unintentionally, but I like it, is the Superhot combat instead. So here you can see it's just, I can walk there, I can cancel the movement if I wanted to. And everyone moves at the same time. I can enter combat, and now everyone stands still until I move and everyone else moves. And I can cancel the movement, but it's on a delay, the cancellation. Because that's the reaction time, you know? Oh my god, someone's shooting at me. I have to run here. Oh my god, there's a bomb, a grenade coming my way here. I have to stop the movement so I can change course. But you know, it's on a delay, so you don't just get to react immediately. And then I can exit combat. This is pretty much all I've done, including a menu. I've also made so I can change shooting. I haven't implemented shooting yet, but I've just made it so I can change what my input will do and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. So far, so good. The idea... Oh, and I've scrolling as well. Oh, and also, the most important thing. I can exit from in-game. I've actually never done that through scripting before. So I'm happy. The idea is to make a Western style game first, because I already have a Western asset from the asset store. Or not a Western game. I have Western models from the asset store. Come on. Here, I have this asset, so I'm just gonna use this liberally to make my first game. And then, once I've made that game, I'm gonna leverage the assets that I've created for it to create the game I actually want to make with this, which is a detective style noir Cthulhu game. So I'm thinking you have you start off as a detective, you get hired by someone, and you have to. You can go anywhere in the world. Not the world, but the world I'm building. To the main cities. See how should I say this? You can go where you want to go, but you don't know where to go. You don't know what questions to ask. So even though you're going there, and you might run into some people, but you don't know. You don't know. So you have to actually ask the questions to get the answer. So this time I'm focusing on the basics of the game, the movement, the interaction, the etc. etc. The next game, I'm gonna focus more on and the RPG, of course, in this game. The next game, I'm gonna focus more on the intricacies of the world and dialogue, because that's what I always found most interesting in the Fallout games. The dialogue. Combat in the original Fallout games is horrendous. Absolutely dog shit. If you start a fight in a city, if you haven't played Fallout 1 and 2, absolutely play Fallout 2. You don't have to play Fallout 1. They're pretty much the same game with different story. But Fallout 2 is just better. They're using the same engine. But if you start a fight in a city in Fallout 1 and 2, every goddamn NPC in that town is gonna have a move. And one person or one NPC moves at a time. So first you shoot someone, and then you have to wait for the game to animate 100 NPCs move one by one. And all they're doing, except for the fighters, is just run away. They're just moving away from the combat area, but you still have to watch it. You still just have to watch it. So that's always been the horrible shit. You've played Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played New Vegas. Because I played Fallout 3 and I went, they fucking destroyed the game. Because they did with Fallout 3. But recently, because I've been delving deeper into Fallout, I've realized, okay, Fallout New Vegas actually revived the game. I understand. If you haven't played Fallout 1 or 2, you cannot speak on how bad Fallout 3 was. I'm sorry. Because Fallout 3 was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm not going to stream that. What I'm thinking of streaming, and I'm thinking of streaming it tomorrow, actually, if I can. You were too young to realize how buggy Fallout 3 was. Because the buggy thing wasn't really my issue with it. My issue with it was and always have been just how they missed the point of the games, pretty much. There was no humor in it. Absolutely no humor. They destroyed. I watched. What's his fucking name? Oh fuck! What's his name? what's his H Bomber Guy. I watched H Bomber Guy's video on Fallout New Vegas, and he absolutely made me understand why I hated Fallout 3 so fucking much. I couldn't put my finger on it before then, but now I understand why. It's dog shit. The perks doesn't do shit that is funny. They don't improve it. And Fallout New Vegas actually brought it back to the roots. Bethesda is a dog shit company. They have a dog shit philosophy on gaming design. But tomorrow, maybe, because I might have to cut this stream short, so maybe I'll stream High on Life.
We're gonna have to take out the entire alien drug cartel.
And apparently,
you're just gonna leave me here in what, space?
Everybody lives in space,
apparently
including
there's
you. All right, you're a bounty hunter now. You gotta help me
entire
rescue my
movies
friends. They're Gatlians, just like me.
that you can stream from inside the game.
Hey, why are you squeezing me so tight? How about a little dinner first and some bubble bath maybe first? Look at us, blasting away.
Oh yeah, that's one of my children. They die fast. Don't worry, it's easy to make more.
Yeah, so that's the plan at the moment. If I have to cut stream short, I will stream tomorrow. I might stream if I don't, but you never know. I'm not gonna promise anything because I'm a lazy boy. But yeah, let me. I'm going to be honest, I don't use a webcam for streaming. I use my Sony A7 II for streaming. It's a overpowered setup, just to be clear. It is a completely unnecessary setup. So I do not know what webcam. I will say though, I believe the Sony A6000, I believe, is a good there we go. What the I don't want to see that. No, stop it. I believe this is a good camera for streaming. And I don't think you need any dongle for it either. And it's got an E-mount, so if you want to splurge, you can buy new mounts or new objectives for it. So I would probably go with this one if you can afford it. I don't see a price here. Is there a price here? I don't see a price, unfortunately. But yeah, look into A6000. It's probably going to be the most bang for the buck. Around 500. Okay. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Because webcams, you buy one, and then when you feel like you need it for some, or need a different angle or something, or not angles. You need a different focal length. You have to buy a completely new webcam. And they're not really made for streaming quality. They're made for office quality. They're made for, I can see you when we're talking to each other. There's nothing more than that. But if you're on a budget, yeah, sure, go for it. Go for a cheap camera. The most important thing is not the quality. I've gone overboard with my quality, and I've had to downgrade even since my girlfriend moved in. But the plan is, once I get an office, I'm gonna have up my quality once more. But I don't know when that is. That can take years. So until then, I'm not unhappy with this quality. It's just I don't have any depth. I can't really do anything here because this is a hallway. So because of that, this is the quality I'm getting. But I mean, I'm not unhappy with it. I have the important, okay. What's more important than a good camera is good lighting. That's the most important thing you can buy. A good light. And the light that I'm going, this I can speak to. This I can speak to. Let me see here. A good light to get. Because you can use your phone to stream instead. Now I have done photography, and that's why I have this equipment already. What I had to invest in was in a better mic, because I hated my earlier mic, or my previous mic. But audio is important to. So there's a hierarchy in our perception of things, in our perception of quality. And when it comes to video, audio quality ranks above video quality every time. It's innate in us. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we developed our audio functionality earlier to be able to hear in our evolutionary past, to be able to hear prey, or be able to hear threats. I know our olfactory senses developed first, which is why when you get a whiff of your ex-girlfriend's favorite perfume, you are instantly back in her arms. When you get a whiff of, I don't know, some Christmas, some cinnamon, you're at a Christmas table or something, you know, if you get strong memories from the olfactory senses. When hearing is the same for video, it's way up there in hierarchy. So focus on good audio first, and then focus on good video. But good video comes from good lighting. A Blue Bird mic? I don't know the Blue Bird mic. Audio Technica is a great budget, not a budget, mid budget company, same as Rode, which it's an Australian company with a Danish so I want to pronounce it Rode, which is would be a Swedish pronunciation of a Danish word, but still. But that would be more close to how I want to pronounce this. But apparently it's Australian, so it's Rode, which I hate. But I can absolutely recommend Rode. They do great mics on a budget, absolutely. But either way, what you can do for video, if you if you already have a microphone and all that, but focus on good audio first. Since I have had a podcast, I understood how to set this up to get the audio I have now. So I already focused on the audio quality. So I already had the lighting. But a ring light is a great all-around light, and it's LED these days. So it's pretty cheap. It's pretty it's strong, and so at the moment, what I do is I bounce my light onto the wall to diffuse it. So I have a white wall which just diffuses the light. And what you want to do, if you watch when I look here, it's more pronounced. I have light on this side, and then I have less light on this side. And if I walk here, you can see I have this triangle of light here. That's called a Rembrandt light. And we can see that here. You're not going to have to hear my smack. Open image, new tab, please. You see here? That's the Rembrandt light. So you just want to have more light on one side and less light on the other side, but with a splash of light on your cheeks. And what you can do, if you have the space for it, and the money, of course, is have a light in the background. If you watch my earlier streams, you saw I had 2 light sources, which I want to get back to, but I can't here because I don't have the space behind me to do it. But yeah, if you can look at, but all you have to do is one ring light, bounce it on the wall behind your computer, and I've just cranked this up. What I can do, however, but I'm gonna have to, I would have to put my switch sides with the light. What you can do is put the camera through the ring light, which gives you a very soft look, a very stylized look. Yeah, you can see here. This is not exactly a ring light, but same concept. It just gives a wholly lit up face. It's not the type I would recommend for everyone. I think it works better for if you do some type of pre-recorded content, maybe. Where you have a script and you read from that, and it feels more, because it feels more, how do you say it? It feels kind of intense. It can feel rather intense if you're looking straight at the camera with this type of light. So I would rather recommend that for a pre-recorded setup. But still, a ring light is an amazing. It takes almost no space at all. And then just an arm or a stand for it and everything. It's just it's the best equipment you can buy probably for good for good visuals. What if I move it back, however? Ooh. Oh, that's much better. Now I don't have to look down here. I can actually look more straight. Yeah. So, let me see here. We're talking, all right, the KanYE or HitLER. I want to play a game. This video has made the rounds. I haven't watched it, but I want to watch it. It's 13 years old. HitLER? I don't know what you're saying, Jesus. But this is a 13-year-old video, and I want to play along and see how many I get. Okay, who said it? KanYE or HitLER?
It's an audience participation game, and we have a list of quotes, and half of them were said by Kanye West, and half of them were said by HitLER. And you have to guess who said which quote.
Oh.
It's not that easy of a game.
Blitler is black HitLER. Baby HitLER would be Battler, I'd say. I like Blitler. It's a good name for a black HitLER. Blitler. So who said it? KanYE or HitLER?
Okay.
You know what? I forgot. I was not recording this, and I want to record this. And I'm going to do an intro. So don't distract me. There we go. So KanYE has made the rounds. He has gone full HitLER. He has transformed from KanYE to Ye to just Blitler. That's the timeline we're on. This is the darkest timeline in the world. In the multiverse. This is the darkest timeline. We have Blitler. And he is doing a great job, an amazing job trying to normalize HitLER, trying to normalize Nazis. He's done such a good job that 13 years ago, Garfunkel and Oates, two amazingly funny women, made a Who Said It, KanYE or HitLER audience participation. And I thought I would play along. And you can too. Because I've seen the video make rounds. I haven't seen anyone react to it. Maybe someone have. Maybe someone hasn't. Either way, I want to react to it. I want to see how many I get right. So, without further ado, KanYE or HitLER? Who said it?
So, it's an audience participation game, and we have a list of quotes, and half of them were said by Kanye West, and half of them were said by HitLER. And you have to guess who said which quote. It's not that easy of a game.
Oh, and before, oh my God, I can't. I don't think I doubt I got the first scoop on this. There has to be someone else. There has to be. Maybe nobody has. If so, that's amazing. But either way, I just realized one thing that I wanna set up before, and it's oh damn, what's his name? What's his name? Redheaded comedian. He likes drumming, and he's a Rogan friend. Joe Rogan called out by friend. Oh my God, who's? F is for family. What's his name? Oh my God, Bill Burr. How could I forget? Bill Burr, Kanye West.
Okay.
Duncan Trussell, don't make me laugh. Okay, so this is Bill Burr on Kanye West some time ago now. So this is people were on to Kanye West for a long time, and his fans just refused to accept it.
Next time Kanye's going off on himself, I'm telling you, just close your eyes, forget it's him, and really listen to what is coming out of this guy's mouth. He says shit like, I'm a genius. I'm a god. I'm Shakespeare. My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live. That's a direct quote. My biggest regret is I'll never get to see myself perform live. Dude, you put that ego in a white dude that is, ich bin einen in der Streisen. What's the Blitzkrieg? What's a superior race?
Apparently, you can put that in a black guy and get the same results.
Okay, next time.
The only difference between Kanye and a white guy with Kanye's ego is that a white guy with Kanye's ego wouldn't get as far. Now, seriously, a white guy with that ego, if Eminem got that ego, he would have been thrown the fuck out early. Now, he would still have a massive base, probably, but he would not be liked in the industry. Kanye has been protected from day fucking one by politics. Identity politics? No, by identity politics. Anyway. Garfunkel Oates, hit it.
Okay, here's the first one. When a man is starving in the streets, he's not thinking of bread and water, but of caviar and champagne.
I'm gonna say Hitler. Oh.
I put this one. I stand here as a revolutionary. It is as a revolutionary against the revolution.
That's Hitler.
I might have to go back to war. I just might have to.
That's Kanye.
Nothing in life is promised except death.
HitLER.
Kanye.
Their quotes are so similar. It's really weird. I realize that my place and position in history is that I will go down as the voice of this generation, of this decade, that I will be the loudest voice.
That's either one. I'm going to say Hitler. Oh, that's Kanye.
You're right. Who says I am not under the special protection of God?
Kanye. Damn it.
Okay. There's one more. I could design something for Obama to go to the club in.
Wait. I wonder, is it Hitler or Kanye?
There were so many. It was hard, and I was quizzing her over the phone, and she's like, I don't know.
I'm not very good with history.
Oh, that's it. Only 2 minutes. I thought it was going to be more. Oh my God. Okay. That went by so fast. So fucking fast. What's the first quote?
Okay, here's the first one. Here's the first one. When a man is starving in the streets, he's not thinking of bread and water, but of caviar and champagne.
When a man is starving in the street, he's not thinking. That could easily be a KanYE quote. Like a rap line. But that was HitLER.
I stand here as a revolutionary. It is as a revolutionary against the revolution. I stand here as a revolutionary. It is as a revolutionary against the revolution.
I stand here as a revolutionary. I stand
as a revolutionary. It is as a revolutionary against the revolution.
As a revolutionary against the revolution. Now Hitler was on some stuff. He was high on cocaine here. You can how can you be a revolutionary against a revolution?
I might have to go back to war. I just might have to.
I hope KanYE doesn't hurt himself after the manic high and the manic depression hit. Okay, let's talk about this. Because I had the questions as well. Like, what if he goes back on meds? How is that gonna help him? But apparently, there is it's the same as with what's it called? Epilepsy. It's the same kind of brain damage. The first time you have it, if you don't have anything else after that, it's not going to be a problem for you. But every episode you have worsens the next episode, worsens your health. So by KanYE or Ye not being on any medication at all and just riding these highs and lows all the fucking time, he's making permanent brain damage to himself apparently. I had someone with bipolar explain this to me when on Reddit. Have you seen the clip of KanYE literally explain his mental issue to a host? He was so smart. I have seen him explain his condition. I have seen him talk about it, and just the downfall. So KanYE has been. He's more. Oh, sorry. He has been. I don't think he holds any real political positions. Now, he is absolutely an anti-Semite. He is a racist through and through. Absolutely. Nothing that he does in terms of his politics can be explained by just his condition. Being bipolar does not make you racist. What can be explained is his affinity for conspiracy, I believe. And that conspiracy landing on the Jewish question, however, that's on him. That's completely on him. And so what has happened, I believe, is he has always been a contrarian. That's been his main motivating power, being a contrarian, and just taking because when Bush was popular, he was on stage with what's his face, saying "fuck you" to Bush on live television, and which nobody expected. He had a "fuck Hitler" or something shirt when he was young. Mike Myers, yeah. I believe it was the MTV Video Awards. He had a "fuck Hitler" or something, or "fuck Nazis" shirt during a school photo shoot. He's always just wanted attention. That's above being a contrarian. I believe he thrives on attention as well. And not being on the meds means you follow the conspiracy theory, and the conspiracy theories always leads down to Nazism at the end. That's the unfortunate part. What's the graphic? No. We have a chart. Open image. There's a chart that is awesome. Abby Richards' Topology on TikTok, and Abby Esser on Instagram, and Abby Acer on Twitter. She created this chart just as a fun side thing, just as a ploy. She just scribbled it down and then it just blew up, and she created this whole graphic. So at the further down, the more grounded in reality you are. The further up, the further away from reality we are. And the first line, the first area is things that actually happen. These are actual conspiracy theories that actually happened in real life. We have Watergate. We have FBI spied on MLK, NSA mass surveillance, etc., etc., etc. And then we have the speculation line. Above this line, things can still be, things can move down to things that actually happen. Things can move from the speculation line down to reality. But at the moment, they're just speculations. We have Epstein didn't kill himself, which Abby, that's the... I know it's not confirmed, which is probably why it's down here, but it's also right next to UFOs. And I see you, Jesus. But come on. Epstein prison cell. This was his prison cell after he murdered himself. This. How can you look at this? Because he had the room for himself. How many bed sheets does a guy need to stay warm in this prison? Now, they made sure that he had enough sheets to murder himself 5 times over. It's absolutely disgusting. And then the fact that the cameras didn't work, the guards were sleeping, etc., etc. All of this points to at least there being a conspiracy, if not an outright murder. The murder of Epstein. Maybe you can't say that someone directly murdered him, but it's not a conspiracy, or it's not a conspiracy theory. It is, but work with me here. Language is failing me here. Language limitations are failing me here. It's not a theory that he was put in a position probably deliberately, where murdering himself would be easy, or being murdered would be easy. I tell my girlfriend he didn't kill himself, and she says it doesn't matter, he's dead. And I said he had a blacklist and many oligarchs and politicians were connected. Yes. Him being dead is a good thing overall. Him being dead before he could expose others is a bad thing. And that's the critical difference. He was murdered. Justice was robbed by murdering him. Justice was robbed. If I get murdered tomorrow, I don't want my murderer to just die. I want them to stand up in front of the people and be shamed to death. If they kill themselves later, whatever, who cares? But I want justice above revenge. And that's the critical difference. They are absolutely protecting others. And Ghislaine Maxwell, however you pronounce her fucked up name, Miss Maxwell, the fact that she is in jail or in prison for trafficking, but nobody that she trafficked for is in prison, tells me everything. She had a deal to make, and she didn't make it for a reason. Anyway, moving back to this. This is... if KanYE stayed here, who cares? But the problem is, the further up you move on the conspiracy ladder, the easier it is to move up the ladder. Down here, the ladder has massive spacing between the rods. You have to jump to get to the next job. You have to wall climb to get up here. And then up here, you have to wall climb up here. But from here to here, it's a sidestep, more or less. I mean, Michael Jackson is still alive, and let's see, moon landing fake. There's the points between these two are not that far off. It's a big giant government conspiracy. That's the answer. But yeah, leaving reality to Michael Jackson still alive, Ted Cruz's Zodiac Killer, which I find is more of a funny meme than anything else. I'm sure there are some people who take it serious, but it's mostly a funny meme. But Titanic never sank. Cryptids are cool and spooky. Where are those? Reality denial? Are they here at all? Cryptid. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Leaving reality. Absolutely. Cryptids, if they were real, they would be cool. Absolutely. I like reading about them. Mostly in folklore. Nessie and stuff like that, and Bigfoot, that's kind of boring to me because they don't do anything. But in folklore, I really like them. Like we have in Sweden, we have tomtar. So the word for Santa Claus in Swedish is tomte. But we also have but tomte can also mean a small house elf, pretty much. Who you put out porridge for during the winter. And it has to have a a click of butter in the middle, of course, and it's they live in your barn and they take care of the animals during the night and stuff like that. So we have these folklores which has been incorporated into the modern day folklore of Santa Claus and all that stuff. But I like the old school folklore because they actually do things. But yeah, okay, so we go beyond reality denial, and I feel like KanYE, he started off. I believe he started off down here actually, but the dude probably just leaped, because I mean this is obvious. I mean this is George Bush critique conspiracy theories with NSA mass surveillance and stuff like that. And then he just leaped and leaped and leaped. And the next time you hear about him talking about conspiracy theories, we're up here with secret satanic rituals, QAnon, Nazis on the moon, Jewish space lasers, and Holocaust denial. No, not Holocaust denial. George Soros there, on the other hand, but not Holocaust denial. That's a big one. He doesn't deny it. Does he? Maybe he does, actually. I don't think Nick Fuentes denies it. But yeah, so he's just all the way up to the top. And the anti-Semitic point of no return. That's a great wording there, because there's no real coming back. And all these conspiracy theories are just interchangeable from one another. There is no, if you believe the George Soros, cultural Marxism, George Floyd, crisis actors, Pizzagate, and all this, I mean, QAnon incorporates everything here. So why don't you just believe in QAnon? Yeah. Yeah, it's KanYE has fallen off quite a lot. Quite a lot. Okay. I wonder. Should we do the Jubilee? I want to do the Jubilee. I've seen a lot of other streamers reacting to Jubilee in general. And it looks like kind of fun.
So
Now,
maybe like a
and I am gonna preface this. I don't know if she's a friend anymore. I don't know really what we're gonna call it. An acquaintance. I have an acquaintance that I helped out to get her start. And her real name is Martina. I have seen it and I have played it actually, Jesus. But because you asked that, I'm gonna have to start over. And that's not because I forgot to press record, but it is because I forgot to press record. But yes, I have seen it and I have played it. It's a good game. I don't know about the staying power. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, I forgot to press record, so you typing made me look there. I have played it. It's a good game. I don't know about the staying power. It's a slaughter fest. That's all you do. You just go in there and you just slaughter shit. Though I wish it had a more of a story mode, perhaps. Maybe. I've played 5 games, and I had 3 repeats. So I don't know how big the content is yet. But if they do create more variety in the setting, not in the setting perhaps, but in the missions, then sure, I can see it becoming a staying power, because it's pretty much, it asked itself, Lost 4 Dead, how can we make that but more brutal with less downtime? And they succeeded. I have to say, they succeeded. And yeah, they better add more. But yeah, it's a game I'm gonna play it. I don't know how much though, but it's a game if I'm in the mood. If I'm in the mood. Okay, so Jubilee, they came out with a video 11 days ago about who's had the most plastic surgery. But before we get into that video, I want to preface this with, I have a past. I studied, well, of course I have a past. Everyone has a past, come on. I studied public relations. And I stumbled upon a girl, Martina, who was trying to make a name for herself within the glamour modeling world. But she had some success, but she was struggling a bit. And I realized why. I looked at her and I just went, your name that you've chosen for yourself is horrible. I didn't word it that way, of course. But that was pretty much like my assessment. Because she was a beautiful girl. She had some plastic surgery at the time. But she went, I'm gonna say around here, perhaps. No, let's open this image, and I'm gonna say here. So she went from when I first became aware of her, and she lived, I think she lives now presently in a neighboring city. It's not a secret really where she lives, but it's close by. So that's how I became aware of her. This is how she looked when I got aware of her. She's had some implants, of course. She's done some surgery. I believe she'd done some facial surgery at this time as well. But nothing extreme, really. But her name at the time was horrible. So I looked at her and I said, Pixie Fox. That's her name. And we started talking, and I told her this because we started talking about me helping her get a footing in the industry. And she went from this because she did get success. She was on.
Can you please send in Pixie?
This is how she looked when she was top of her game, so to speak. She had done a lot of search. She's changed her eyes. She had contacts, colored contacts, put inside of the outer layer of the eyes to change the colors. She's removed ribs. And we can see here before and after pictures. You see here the color. I never saw that. Her eyes. She's a bit crooked in her eyes. I never saw that. Maybe it's from the surgery. I don't know. But yeah, she really went out there, going from this to this. Yeah. But she was so successful in her in marketing herself after I came up with the name Pixie Fox. I want to be clear about that. She looked perfectly fine, but I'm okay. Let me talk about that after this. But she was so successful that she went on Talkshow. And you can see how tiny her waist is at this point. And she's not even done with her surgeries. But one day, unfortunately, she dies on the surgery table. She had put her trust in a Turkish doctor, who I believe is blacklisted in the this extreme glamour circle now, because of how he treated his patients. He just sent her home. So she had, and I believe still has, some massive brain damage. And the manager that she trusted at the time kind of tried to take advantage of it, tried to just brush it off as something. Yeah, sorry, Terror Freak. Yeah, it's not a funny topic to join in on. But anyway, I'm saying all this and just to give you a perspective of my understanding of plastic surgery before we watch this video. So I have some inside knowledge, just put it that way. As to your point there, Jesus, about her looking fine, even beautiful before she got into started plastic surgery, she explained to me her look on the why she did what she did. She explained it this way, that this is absolutely not for everyone. By no means. She does not encourage anyone else to do it. She does not want other people to do it. And she looked at herself. I don't know if she still does. Probably she's gotten some perspective after having died on the operating table. But at the time, she explained like she was to plastic surgery what pro athletes are to working out, to exercising. Because if you're a pro athlete, the exercise you do is not a healthy exercise. You're not building the body to get you to 110 years old in a fit form. You are banking everything you have in your early days. And she looked at it herself with plastic surgery the same way. And she was also very, very intelligent, actually. She used to be an electrical engineer doing house installments and stuff like that. She just trusted the wrong people. And unfortunately, I've never held this against her at all. But unfortunately, she brought people along who encouraged her to do more rather than telling her to slow down. Because she was out of surgery. She was into surgery the moment she could get into surgery. She would do 3 surgeries at the same time. So while I haven't spoken to her in years now, I hope she's doing well. I hope she's found some. I hope she's recovered better from. I hope she's recovered from the brain damage that the surgery left her. But anyway, all of this is just to say I have some insight into plastic surgery. That's the main point. So let's go into this video and see if we can spot if we can rank them.
I'll say maybe
correctly.
like a reconstructive lip one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think your boobs are natural though. I was gonna say
Something the way they like move.
Something the way they move.
Oh, she's done her
I think you've had a boob
boobs.
job, so that's gonna.
Not brain dead, just brain damaged. She didn't get oxygen to her brain quick enough. I believe I don't know the details, but I think the doctor kind of called her dead too early, you know? It's a risk you understand. It's a risk you should know with any surgery. Any surgery can lead to your death. Period. Which is why we have you probably in the US sign a waiver whenever you go into surgery. Which is why we don't try to minimize unnecessary surgeries, because the sedation technique we use can just make you stop breathing. It's a risk we know about. So plastic surgery, you should know about that risk. You should be aware of it, and you should minimize the. I don't mind plastic surgery. I don't care. If you want to look better, if you think that's gonna make you happy, go for it. Why not? Just be aware of the risk, and don't overdo it. This girl has some honkas.
Gonna be at least one plastic surgery.
At least one.
Maybe like a little cheek lift or face to face.
No. So, I want to close up.
I think you have.
I think, well, maybe not. Some black women have, or some black people have really big lips naturally. But maybe she's done her lips. Absolutely, the boobs. Those are honkers.
At least one plastic surgery.
A butt lift.
Maybe like a little cheek lift or face to face.
I'll say a butt lift.
Like a liquid rhino, because like the bridge of your nose is so like perfectly shaped.
I don't know if you've had that many. I think you might just be God's favorite.
I mean, it felt good. They thought I was cute.
She is cute.
Your nose and your chin, maybe.
Some cheek.
Yeah, maybe some cheek.
I don't want to say breast augmentation, but
so many people have their boobs done. So many people.
Well,
yeah.
She might have had a. Let's rewind a bit. Because there might, I mean, it's possible she's had a breast augmentation, but it's also possible that she's had a breast reduction. That's a more common procedure than a lot of men would like to think. A lot of Asians, I believe, do the eye surgery to get a double, what's it called? Double eyelid, I believe.
So many people have their boobs
But
done.
I don't think
so
she's done
many
that.
people.
I'm just going to say, I don't think she's done
All
that.
right. I think the nose. But other than that, maybe not that much. I don't know. Unless you're hiding something.
I'm going to say teeth.
All right.
She was very proud of those teeth.
breast augmentation.
Yeah, maybe that.
Maybe something body-wise, like lipo.
Well, she's hiding it.
A tuck.
That was interesting. I'm a pretty like modest person and I don't try to draw attention to myself.
What have you done? You've had, this guy has lost weight through, he's had his stomach, what's it called? Where he reduced the size of his stomach. Whatever that's called.
Thank you. Y'all making me blush. Oh my god.
I do not think you've had any notable cosmetic plastic surgery.
Well, say BBL.
Oh, whoa. I wonder what she's done. I wonder what has she done? Yeah, the Brazilian butt lift.
Oh. Yeah, maybe BBL.
Maybe some
Filler.
chest. Yeah.
Some breast augmentation.
Your nose and maybe your
Liposuction, maybe.
More on the more surgery side.
You know what? I was very flattered that people were questioning whether I had a lot of plastic surgeries that I did not have. I thought that was a cute and fun.
Maybe the nose. The way she talks. It's a very nasally, but maybe that's just an accent. I don't know.
I love that for me. I think you have a nose job.
I think so too. Like a chin surgery. I'm not sure if it's like a lipo or like a reconstructive one, but something like that.
Maybe like a reconstructive lip one.
Yeah.
I think your boobs are natural though. They look.
Oh yeah, she's been in. It looks like she's been in some kind of accident here. The way her lip. So yeah, a reconstructive surgery there for the face probably. So she's gonna be in the high end. The group must now attempt to rank themselves from least to most plastic surgery.
Said you probably most.
I think the big boob girl, the honka girl, I don't think she's gonna be in the bottom. I think she's the one that had one surgery, and I'm guessing they've just staggered. So can we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Can we assume they just staggered it? Because if so, I think this girl is gonna be at the end with having been in a, I'm gonna say childhood car accident of some sort, where she's had a lot of reconstructive surgery on her face. And my grandfather, all right, yeah. Oh, well, I realize now. My grandfather was in a motorcycle accident. He had what's it gonna be 1950s. No, 1960s, I think. Plastic surgery done on him. The whole face, pretty much. Because he was riding a motorcycle without a helmet, of course. Of course. So yeah, I think she's going to be at the top just from that accident. Or due to that accident. Yeah.
I'm gonna be the anchor over here.
I'm gonna put myself in the middle.
Had the least.
Really?
No, she.
Wait, maybe you've had the least.
I'll go.
So she puts herself up here. Okay, so she's done more than that. Okay. Because the goal here isn't to fool anyone. But so she said they are telling on themselves. I've had a lot of surgery done. Okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry. And this guy's.
I think that you should be towards that end. I don't think you've had as much plastic surgery.
Okay.
We have to switch.
Okay. I think Kelly higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Than me?
Yeah.
But I think you should come.
Yeah, right there in the middle.
I definitely
Really?
think I've had more than you though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do agree that you guys should.
That's
Okay.
I'll just be in the middle.
Oh, really?
I think I might move.
Oh, okay. I was assuming she's had. Well, she's in the bottom, but I mean.
I think above.
All right. Think above me?
Oh, but now, oh wait, but now I don't know.
It doesn't matter. This isn't even the final.
I mean, I only said one for you, so.
You think it's only
okay,
one?
two.
Two.
Do you think we should?
I think we should.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so she had more than 2. Got it.
How dangerous do you think it is to get a BBL?
I would say it definitely influenced my decision when I was like researching it. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's just say it influenced my decision.
Maybe we should move you down the line then.
Because of like the high prevalence now, I don't think it's as dangerous as it used to be.
If you were a girl, your answer would have made me move you more in this direction.
Okay.
But I also think that
because of like the high prevalence now, I don't think it's as dangerous as it used to be.
if you were a girl, your answer would have made me move you more in this direction.
Okay.
But I also think that your answer leads me to believe that you have had more plastic surgery
Yeah,
than
I agree.
think.
I was surprised, but also
Really?
not surprised that I was the only male here. But once again, like the whole stigma of plastic surgery.
Okay, so what does
Yeah, okay, let's not look at Honka
You
Honka Girl.
have had more.
But
Guys getting plastic surgery it's special. It is. I've not seen men look. No, I've not seen a lot of men look better after surgery at all. Let me just do this. Just give me the image. Yeah, we can see here how this is the most noble. All men do when it comes to plastic surgery, in my experience, from looking out, is focus on the face. Focus on just tightening everything. And they just look. This is an okay job, I think. Same as this. I think this was a successful job because they didn't tighten everything up. This is though just is tightening everything up. This is just tightening everything up. This is just tightening everything up. He didn't tighten things up, but I think he looks better due to the haircut more than anything here. More than anything. I don't know if he's had plastic surgery. Has he? I can't tell if this is plastic surgery, really. I mean, maybe some to fill out the wrinkles or something. This is just tightening everything up. It's just, wait, is this edited? I mean, we can look at Simon Cowell today. He just looks horrible. There. Come on. This is the face of this is the demon that haunts your dreams. Oh my God. Just look at him. Look, if you would walk down the street, if you had only seen him from the early days of American Idol, you wouldn't recognize this guy. Yeah, what the fuck is the right word? This is what vanity does to you. He does this. Is that Simon Cowell? Without Botox reveal ahead of his 60th birthday? No. And then he did this afterwards? Really? Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, what's his Carrot Top? Oh. I mean, seriously. This is the same guy. Now, we as a society fetishizes youth in women, which is no, this is not the same. That's Shaun White. Oh my god. Oh guys, Shaun White. That's not the same guy. Oh my god. Whew. That's a snowboarder. I was so caught up in myself that I assumed that was the same. Let's see, young Carrot Top. Okay, there we go. There we go. He looks fine for a goofy goober, for a dork. But then he goes into plastic surgery and he just tightens everything up. Everything needs to be tight, tight, tight. And that's everything. Because in women, we fetishize youth. And now it's started to leak over to men as well. And that's a problem. That is a problem. Oh my god. Some of this, I mean, this, I would say, let's see how he looks today. You know what? If that is how he looks today, successful surgery. I'm okay with someone having a little bit of plastic surgery here and there. Whatever, it's fine. It has to look natural. It has to look like it's a plausible facial structure. This is not a plausible facial structure. What the fuck? Vladimir Putin. Mr. Putin, are you so ashamed of who you are? But yeah, so this, perfectly fine. Perfect. He didn't like how he looked. He wanted to change it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Now we've started to walk into Squidward territory. This is like, this is the same guy. And that's a danger. You don't want to go into Squidward territory, okay? That's the danger with plastic surgery. Yeah, here we can see the double eyelid surgery for men, or for Koreans. It's common in Korea, let's say that.
Once again, like the whole stigma of plastic surgery.
Okay, so what does everyone do for a living? I own a business, e-commerce.
I work in porn.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
make porn. I own a beauty school.
I'm an actress and I do digital marketing.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a student
What?
and
She's a pastor.
I own a beauty school.
I'm an actress and I do digital marketing.
I'm a pastor.
Girl.
I'm a student and fashion designer.
So now I work at an ice cream shop, but I was at a strip club.
I'm a student.
I think that you should move 2 spaces down.
Why do you think that?
Because you're a stripper.
Well, I just said strip club. I was actually a shot girl.
You having worked in a sex industry space makes you more likely to have gotten plastic surgery.
That's
I
true.
think that if I was not making a living off of social media, I wouldn't have gotten plastic surgery. It's
That's, yeah.
not something that I regret at all, and I'm not going to be upset to have this appearance whenever I'm done working in social media.
When you guys did get your surgeries, did insurance cover it or did you pay for it?
Mine was covered.
For the most part, mine
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
was covered.
I had partial.
Oh, partial.
Well, now I feel like I should go on your other side.
Yeah, switch.
Switch?
Maybe you and I should switch then.
Does anyone have kids?
We're all like,
I do.
I do.
Wait, no, because this changes everything. Those look natural. Those look like natural.
What?
How old is everybody? I'm 30.
Wait,
I'm 33, 28.
Like naturally big ones.
How old is everybody?
really? Those are natural big ones? Girl! If that's true,
I'm 30.
I'm 33, 28,
23.
25.
21.
30.
20.
What age was everyone when they got like their first or their only?
The first time that I got plastic surgery, I was 29.
Oh, so recently.
I was
Oh shit.
31.
Whoa.
19.
I was 20, like 5 days away from being 21.
19.
I was 29, so 1 year ago.
I was 20 and I'm still 20.
I was under 24 months.
You might also be third.
Third. Let's go.
I think you only had just one.
The fuck is happening here?
Has anyone experienced any stigma or stereotypes based on their choice of plastic surgery?
A lot of people think that Asian people get surgery to look whiter, and I don't think that's true. It's the most untrue stereotype.
Like the eyelid thing is, for that particular surgery, it's absolutely to look Western, let's say.
And I think it really sucks.
Plus, there's different beauty standards in Asia. So to be saying that you look like a white person just doesn't make any sense either. So
I honestly think that if I were to get plastic surgery in the future, or if anyone were to, I don't think Eurocentric beauty standards should be held to a point where they should. It should be to the most of where they feel comfortable, and not letting those standards influence them as much. It's a hard thing though. I feel like when we see people, I don't see people with facial features like me very often in Hollywood and American media and things like that.
I mean, it's not the norm, but I've seen this facial feature in Hollywood. It's not uncommon. It's I mean, I'm horrible at names, so I can't name anyone. But that's on me. I've seen the facial features quite often.
With facial features like me very often in Hollywood and American media and things like that.
But I mean, I can understand. It's not the norm.
who else faces stigma?
For sure I do, because, I'm a mom, so the first thing my family's like, no, I should just be worried about my children and, the risks that are involved, they didn't want me to go under. I sometimes feel that guilt. Did I make the right choice doing that? Was I being selfish when I did that? I needed to do it for myself because I didn't like the person that I was looking at every time I look in the mirror.
And that's so I changed my mind on plastic surgery after reading a study where they showed how if you paint your house a new color, you are happy for a day. The next day you think, I wonder what the next thing I should do on the house is. The high of finishing that project disappears instantly, almost. But apparently, for people doing plastic surgery, and I'm guessing improving yourself in other ways as well, but plastic surgery also creates a constant improvement on your mental state. The issue... Oh shit. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I have some car issues. And that was a phone call to say that I will not get my car back today. We have a generator that's on the fritz, so the battery won't charge. And it behaves really strangely, but that's beside the point. Let's not talk about that. Because what we were talking about is, what was I saying? Yeah, big F. I was talking about something. Oh, right, happiness. So apparently, getting plastic surgery, according to the study I read, it's a long 15 years ago probably. God, I'm getting old. You have a lasting happiness from a successful surgery. The issue becomes when that lasting happiness, when you think, oh my God, from the first surgery, or before the first surgery to the and after the first surgery, I gained so much happiness and so much just positivity from this one thing. Why don't I try? Because now I'm feeling down again. So why don't I get this other surgery? And then you're off to the races. Then it can go as far as Pixie Fox, or it can stop at just one surgery. If you just do 1, 2, maybe 3 surgeries, but every subsequent surgery is gonna add to the possibility of you becoming a surgery addict. And I really want to stress that you become an addict. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can be fine. You can be fine. Just keep it natural. It has to fit the proportions of yourself. Either way. Anyway, let's get back to this video.
Anyone get more, I guess.
I would get more. I wouldn't. I would say just because of what I learned, I wouldn't do it again and what I've experienced myself. But
she has
the self-love part.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I purposely just wouldn't because I don't have the fundage for that. So
I would do another surgery.
The passer coming in hot.
More of a medically informed decision. I think it's something that I considered prior to some information, but thought, oh, I would never do that. And then when I was presented different facts about my body, I chose to do certain things.
I think
so. I am really, because they have to be cryptic not to reveal the number, but I am so interested in her story.
That the two of you should switch, because the way that you're talking about all of this, I think you have only had plastic surgery done once, and I feel like you might have had 2 procedures. Whatever reason you got plastic surgery might have been something ongoing that.
So can they? Okay. I wonder if they can't move themselves. But if she thinks she's only had it once, why isn't she putting her down here? Because everyone's had plastic surgery. So why not just put her at the bottom then?
It resulted in you getting procedures in 2 different spans of time.
Potentially.
The group will now do a final ranking based on who they think has the most plastic surgery.
And maybe let's adjust and move you up to the second in line. I think let's do a little switch around.
I feel like you should go in front of Emma though.
Let's be buddies. I
Really?
disagree, but we'll go. I think I need to go back down, guys.
Yeah.
Before me?
I really do, yeah.
I would switch the 2 of y'all.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good with this.
All right. You guys lock me in your answer?
So, okay. I still think... So this girl is just staying down here. I thought she was going to be up here. Absolutely. I still think she's way too far down. I might be completely off on this though. But this girl, she shocked me. She's shocked me.
In the 8th spot, we have Ahmad.
I knew it.
Also with 1 surgery, we have Jordan in the 7th spot.
Okay, so 2 people in 1 surgery.
2 surgeries, we have Jessica in the 6th spot.
So why? Okay, see, that's. But she shot. Why was she talking that way then?
In 5th, Amber with 3 surgeries.
Yeah.
4th, Sabrina also with 3, so tied. In 3rd, Kelly with 5.
Yeah. Okay. Did I get it?
10.
Yeah.
In 1st, Cassidy with 15.
What?
Whoa.
Why didn't she say it? She completely misunderstood this.
You know what? That should have clicked earlier.
I had a major septoplasty. So I had a deviated septum, and also like there was like a growth, so they had
A deviated septum. Septoplasty? Septoplasty. Surgery to straighten the bone and cartilage divided the space between your nostrils. Okay.
I had to just like adjust my septum.
See, yeah, that's a medical procedure. That's not a cosmetic. It is a cosmetic because it's not necessary, but it's also kind of necessary.
I had a breast reduction in
Yeah.
2021, so I went.
Not
from
her.
a
I didn't
size
say it on
30
her. I said it on the Asian girl, I believe. But yeah, okay.
to I think I'm a 32E now.
Damn.
So, yeah, my back was hurting all the time. Thank you.
In 2020, I found out that I have a genetic mutation called BRCA2, and I learned about this after my mom and my aunt both had breast cancer. Last year, I had a preventative double mastectomy, and then this February, I had reconstructive surgery. I found out that through my health care provider, they only do 10 preventative surgeries like that in a year. It was an emotional journey, but one that I look back on, and I'm proud that I did what I did.
Yeah, of course.
Had
Because that's what men, don't realize. There's a lot of plastic surgery which is medically not necessary, but you do a medical procedure and then you do plastic surgery to regain your previous physicality.
breast augmentation, and then just last month I got it taken out. As time goes by, I see all these confident women with no boobs. I made that impulsive decision, like, hey, I want these out. I'm engaged now. I don't need this look. I don't work in a strip club anymore.
So I got a mommy makeover almost 2 years ago. I got a breast lift and a tummy tuck. And about 4 months ago, I got a breast augmentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first
Wait,
procedure.
she didn't go for how big? Oh my God, that's just a tease.
Was the double eyelid surgery. Then after that,
Double eyelid. I told you.
I got my jaw shaved, and then my third one was the buccal fat removal. And then the fourth one was laser lipo. I got it done. I regret it. And then the fifth one is Kybella to try to revise it.
Kybella, filler, basically all over my face. And then all at once, I got jawline lipo, buccal fat removal, 360 lipo, arm lipo.
What the fuck is she saying?
And I got it all injected into my ass with the BBL.
I was born with a bilateral cleft lip and palate,
Okay.
so I've
So it wasn't a car accident, but yeah.
had 15 total revisions. I had a bone graft when I was 12. I had double jaw surgery when I was 15. I have cheek implants, and I had liposuction under my jaw.
Yeah, and all this just from the birth defect.
My boobs are natural. Everyone has a face. Mine didn't form correctly. I was born with a birth defect. I don't know what I look like. I get to almost kind of help create that and be my most ideal self.
If you are like not feeling good, like let people know. Like if you need a surgery that could be considered elective or it's plastic surgery, like you're your best advocate, you're your own advocate. Keep making an effort to make yourself feel at your best and don't let anything take its toll on you.
I think if you're considering getting a surgery done, make sure to research.
But my boobs are natural as well.
So yeah, I clocked her. I told ya. I knew it. The girl with the, let's be honest, somewhat busted face. It was quite obvious that she'd had a lot of surgery. Some people have asked me if I would ever do surgery in the past, and I've always said the same thing. I don't think so, and I still don't think so. People ask if I wanna, because you can do some laser. These are scars from acne. Because I had really bad acne when I was younger, and I still have some acne. I have quite an oily skin. So people ask me if I ever wanna reduce this, and I don't care. I absolutely, I think they bring some battle scars, some character to my face. I would okay. So if when I lose my weight, which I hope I might be able to do once I get on medication for my ADHD, because I realize now that my ADHD has prevented me from being able to sustain exercise for prolonged period of time. I can become inspired and go do boxing or something for a month or two, but it's hard for me to just get out the door to go do it. That's very hard for me. I have these toys at home, and I'd rather be playing with the toys. And I've had this issue since I was a kid. It was always hard to me to get to practice. Once at practice, there's no issue. I love it. But getting to practice is the hard part for me. So I've kind of hardly been training at all. Like on and off. But no. Since I was 16, perhaps. I've tried so many fucking times, but every time it's just, I don't go. And that's due to ADHD. I've realized now in my older days now that I've been researching and getting my diagnosis. So if I was to do some surgery, it would be to tighten my stomach, I guess. If I lose this weight and I have overflow of skin, I'd do surgery on that, of course. But that's to remove excess skin. I wouldn't do it to... I wouldn't do a liposuction, for example. That would just be vanity in my case, in my mind. And while I don't mind beautiful people, while I don't mind being beautiful myself, I don't care that much. I just don't mind it. But yeah, if I have overflow of skin, I would care enough to do that, for sure. Because that just looks weird. If you remove your shirt and it's just... but hey, that's me. That's just me. Whew. I'm so glad I clocked who had the most. But I still don't understand why she stood at the bottom. Just move yourself up. What the fuck, girl? Oh. Let's close that. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Chilling? Aren't you working, Jesus? Doing fine, Terror Freak. You got out at 7 a.m. Okay, I thought you were going to work at 7 a.m. I got you. God damn, working nights. That's a working man if I ever heard one. I used to do that myself, though I would mostly crash when I got home and just sleep for 12 hours. The last thing I want to talk about before I end this nightmare of a stream. Nah, it's not a nightmare. I'm sorry. The last thing I want to talk about is Julia Fox. You might know her mostly from this image. This is Julia Fox with Jay, then Kanye West. The artist formerly known as Kanye West, with some torpedo boobs sewn in to her jacket. She was the rebound girl for Ye. And I stumbled upon a video of her being interviewed by someone named Siwe. I have no idea who Siwe is. Siwe. I've never heard of her before. I know nothing about her. But apparently she has a show on Showtime where she interviews people. I don't know if she does sketches or anything else, but at least she interviews people. And that's all I know about her. That's all I know. But I saw a clip of it, and I was like, what is happening? So I thought we were going to watch.
All right, what do you think the world needs more?
And it just starts, this video. It just starts like that. Let me crank up the volume if I can. Of course not. Are you stupid? You don't have to do anything. She doesn't run your life. You can refuse anything you want. You're a person. But no, so I feel like this should be bigger than it is. Why isn't anyone talking about this interview really? She just spilled the beans on Kanye's fetish as a slave boy. I don't know how much credit. Well, among the Nazis, he's gonna get a lot of credit. But street cred, I don't think he's gonna have much left. Well, if he has any left at all already. Oh, okay, yeah, that's. I'm gonna post that. That's. I hope I stream is low on health. Oh my god, again, yeah. Okay. You got me in an O face. Let me just show you what I was watching while you guys were offline.
Oh, jeez, yeah, they definitely have honey, guys. Oh my. Talk about forever. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Oh, I definitely did not expect all this. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I need my hands.
Yeah, just the idea. I've never been stung by a bee. Because I don't freak out around bees. YouTube is too woke, letting big corpus censor our Lord Hugin. Yeah, that's the issue. YouTube copyright is horrendous. I think I don't see a solution to that. So okay. Anyway, I couldn't even show a few seconds of that portion. Probably because I've already shown so much. But I don't even get a warning. That's the weird part. Oh well. So yeah, I'm gonna post that video quite soon. Because it was quite juicy, in my opinion. Screen Dream, I am so disappointed. You've had 2 weeks to watch Spider-Verse. I am disappointed. I think if you play the video in a small screen view and make the sound muffled, maybe. I'm gonna look into it. I know Rose Wrist, he used to use an overlay with some stripes. I'm gonna look into using that next time, whenever a copyright issue comes up. Mirror it can also work. You don't have to play it completely distorted. But yeah, I'm gonna look into how to get around the automated system, because I do believe I'm in the right to use what I've used. In the way I'm using it. I'm not Hassan. I don't stream entire videos without commenting. I'm at least transformative in that way. So I believe I'm in the right here. But yeah, I'm gonna look into getting something done with the video and audio so they can't detect it as easily. I don't stream and eat, exactly. If I eat, it's a small snack just to keep me going. I don't order a full meal. But also, in Hassan's defense, I don't stream 8 hours every fucking day. What do you think of the Disney drama? Is he racist? I don't think he's racist. I think he's he worded it unfortunately, and he's had a limited exposure to people, to those people. I agree that whenever I see Screen Dream or whenever I see Kai, it's just them screaming at the audience or at the camera, and it doesn't appeal to me. I'm guessing it's a Zoomer thing. I have no idea. It's not my appeal. It doesn't provide any. It doesn't give any commentary. I don't know. But I also don't like watching Let's Plays. I can watch a Let's Play, but it's gonna be for a specific purpose. I don't like watching Let's Play for Let's Plays. For the Let's Play together. So did I say when I see Scream Dream? I mean ice cream. I do like Hassan in general. I think he's lucked into some of his positions, his political positions. But I don't think. I don't know. He's a himbo, and as a himbo, he's the better himbo. I have to say, I can't complain too much. Him being rich, I don't care about. People complain about him being rich and a socialist, and that just sounds like people are being jealous. That he found a way to monetize socialism and become, at a point in time at least, the biggest streamer on Twitch. Now, there are things I wish he did that he doesn't do. Like, I don't think he pays his moderators or his editors. I don't think. So stuff like that I would like him to actually do. But I mean, he promotes socialism. He promotes a better world. What else can I expect from him? That's the bare minimum I expect from someone purporting to be a socialist. If he starts talking about, if he starts changing his worldview, his politics, based on him becoming rich and famous, then I have an issue with him. But as it stands, I do not have an issue with him. I could be a himbo streamer. I don't think I could be a himbo streamer. Maybe I could. I'm going to have to go to the gym a bit more. Kind of at all. Which I don't at the moment. But we'll see whenever I get my medication. The day I get my medication, I'm going to make sure that I can stream. And that's going to be a stream about how different the world is from my normal state. How different everything is. Because I've read so much about people just having realizations of how easy life is for people who don't have ADHD. Like one person was talking about their mother, how she was talking down herself as a failure or as a lazy person for not going to fix her car at the same day as it broke down and just taking a day to relax despite having to take out the trash and stuff like that. Meanwhile, people with ADHD looking at that going, what do you mean? That's every day. You build up trash until you can't take it anymore, and then you have one day where you do everything all at once. Oh, you got the tism. A fellow retard, I see. Okay. So yeah, I got... You build up trash, Jesus, until you can't take it, and you do everything all at once. I've realized as well, in just the last month, since I started streaming, I've noticed it appears that a lot of streamers have ADHD of some sort. Like a lot of streamers. ADHD or autism seems to be very prevalent in this space. Very prevalent. And I think there's something to it. You have to have a mind that is able to, not able to, but wants to have multiple things happening at the same time and darting back and forth between them and feeling at least like you can keep focused on everything. Because I can feel, I know I probably don't, but I can feel like I can type, talk, and listen all at once. And I think that's kind of important to be able to do. I've practiced for 35 years to be able to do that. I don't think I can, but I feel like I can at least. And if you're not neurodivergent, you probably will have a hard time coping with that setting. Laundry, and I've never taken meds. My mom hasn't cared about that. My mom probably has ADHD herself. She's realized she's had that. Since I started getting seeking treatment, she's listened to me explain talk about my symptoms and why that's ADHD, and she goes, "But I have that." So I think, Jesus, if you ask your mom, if you talk about your symptoms, your mom might have ADHD herself and thinking, well, that's just normal life. That's just how life is. You know, it's a lot of people of that generation, the older generation, since they'd never talked about mental health themselves. I mean, medicine was practically just invented for them. Their parents didn't talk about medical treatment for anything. I mean, if you at that point, if you're a woman and had a lot of sex, you got a lobotomy. So our parents' generation is gonna be a significant improvement on that generation. And my generation, I'm 35, so I'm in the transitional period for when we started. We used to call ADHD dump here in Sweden. That was like the catch-all term, and it's pretty much translates to being twitchy, I would say. Like you can't sit still. But I don't have that. When I was growing up, I would never have been diagnosed with ADHD. Dump barn, yeah. Twitchy kids. When I was growing up, I would have never been able to get a diagnosis. Because I don't think ADD, as it was later called, was even on the radar among people. I'm guessing some professionals, doctors or psychologists, were aware of the term and probably were researching the term and stuff like that. You shake your legs, yeah, that's a normal thing among people with every kind of ADHD. CP was a normal, or CP, cerebral palsy. The abbreviation for that was a normal slur when we were growing up. Absolutely, for sure. When I was growing up, it still is to some extent, but not as much. But yeah, so when I was growing up, I don't think I could have gotten my diagnosis. And if I had gotten it, I would have been in a special ed class. Because all these ADHD kids who couldn't sit still was put in their own class. There were 4 kids in that class, I remember, and everyone looked at them like they were morons. Because we didn't know how to treat them at the point. Or I think they were hesitant to treat them with amphetamines. You were in a small class, Jesus? Were you in special ed? Today, I would have absolutely been diagnosed with my ADD, or ADHD-I, as it's called these days. You were in a special ed class, Screen Dream. That's very embarrassing for you. No, I'm kidding. Because you spoke Spanish? Because you didn't speak English, Jesus? Or because you also spoke Spanish? No, things we used to... I asked you 2 questions there. I don't know which one you're saying yes to. Because you only speak Spanish, I'm assuming. We didn't know how to treat people with these kinds of conditions, it's gotten a lot better. When I worked at a school, we had a kid with severe autism. Like if the temperature was a bit off, he couldn't focus. He was verbal, of course, he was in school, but he never looked you in the eyes ever. He would walk around during class. He would ask completely irrelevant questions. But when it came to pen to paper, when it came to answering questions, even in sociology, the dude excelled. The dude was smart as fuck. So he just had this condition, and he had a special a tutor, not a tutor, a special assistant for him that followed him around all day to make sure that he could manage school. But that was apparently not the worst case at the school, because there was a room that was like a social, not a social deprivation, an isolation tank. They had isolated the walls, and they had a really thick door. It was used nowadays. It's just used as a normal classroom or a normal group room for smaller groups. But when it was built for this guy who apparently he could, whenever he wanted, he was the only one who had key in there, but he could go in there and just scream because his autism was so severe that the school environment was grating on his brain. Just the social interactions, the demands from teachers and all that. It was too much for him at times. So he had access to this room just to be able to lock himself in and isolate himself. I'm younger. It was a bit better understood when I grew up. Yeah, I can imagine. Just a few years, just when I was in high school or gymnasium here in Sweden, it got a lot more understood. I was really in the gray, smack dab in the middle of this becoming understood. Because still learning the new language, my mom opted me into that, or the school put me there. Okay, if you have a struggle with learning English, I can understand it's hard going to an English school or English speaking school. At the same time, being immersed is the best way to learn. So I don't know if they would do the same today. Maybe in America, because it's not about kids learning there. It's about making money, primarily. And we're moving towards that as well here, unfortunately. America sneezes and the world catches a cold, But we're not there yet. We're halfway there. But yeah, so I couldn't have gotten my diagnosis when I was young. So when I started realizing, and I don't understand, because there are people, I know people around me who have ADHD and have had for a long time, and have known me while they knew they had ADHD. And I don't understand how they couldn't go, do you have ADHD? It's baffling. It's baffling. I wish someone would ask me that question. Because I joked about having it. Maybe that's threw them off. I always joked about having catched some ADHD when my brain didn't work like I expected, or something. But me being tired every single day that nobody realized, because I never read up on ADHD because I didn't have it. That's for idiots, But just being tired every single moment of every single day, having a hard time waking up in the morning, and I've had that since I was a kid. I could sleep through I slept through a bomb going off in my house. It wasn't really a bomb, but the neighbors woke up. The elderly neighbors woke up and thought it was World War III. They thought the Russians had invaded us. That's how loud it was. And me sleeping 5 meters from it, I slept through it. What had happened was there was a pipe from the heater, the water heater, going out to the Sigma move. Yeah, truly a Sigma move. Going out to the rest of the house from the heater, and this is meant to break. If something goes wrong, this is meant to break. The issue apparently was that the installer, he needs to get back on his med. He's been aware of his issues for a long time. It's not that he needs to be on them. He needs to try meds. It's that he needs to get back on the meds. Unfortunately, apparently his doctor was Jewish. And if you're an anti-Semite and a Jew doctor tells you, hey, you need these meds, and you go, but I feel amazing when I'm not on these meds. So why are you, a Jewish doctor, telling me I need to be on the meds? Aha! Aha! You're trying to make me feel bad. He needs an Aryan doctor, yeah. But yeah, so the pipe going out to the rest of the world, that exploded because when the heater was installed, the electrician had fucked up royally. So the heater works like any stove, electric stove. It goes on or off, on or off, on or off. It goes on when the temperature is below a certain point, and then it goes off when it's above a certain point. So it stays in between two temperatures, and just goes up and down, up and down, up and down between those temperatures. The issue was apparently it never got off. So the heater was always on and just kept building and building and building and building. So it was always it was boiling in there. So this pipe broke, and my parents sleep next to the room where the boiler is situated in my parents' house. It's in a deep closet, or storage area really, and it goes off at like 5 a.m, I think. No. It goes off at 3 a.m, and my dad, he springs up because he's right next to it. He opens the door and just steam hits his face. And he closes the door. He realizes what's happened. And he run. And I'm so thankful that my dad understood it. The first thing he did was he closed off the water line, which is in a different room. Thank God, in the laundry room, which was right next door. So thank God it's not in there. So he could close off the water line. And then he opened every faucet in the home, every faucet in the house at the max heat. He just opened them up. Chad dad, without a doubt. And you know what? No, it's gone. It's not there anymore. Oh, I have a picture of him somewhere, but it's been moved. It used to be right there on the old mirror, but it's gone now. Anyway, so he opened up all these faucets. I'm still sleeping. I'm still asleep. I'm just snoozing away. So and then he gets dressed and he's still kicking, kicking strong. He's about to go into retirement the next year or the year after. It's not far off. And so he gets dressed and he calls the plumber, he calls the electrician, he calls everyone who's been involved in installing this heater. When they arrive, they ring the doorbell. Ding dong. My dad walks past me. My bed, if I'm laying down here, the door is right next to me. I slept with my head towards the door, which is apparently something people usually don't do out of safety reasons. Because if there's an invader, you want distance. You can't have distance if the door is right there. But this is what I did. So the door was, and I just rolled out of bed, opened the door, and put my head out of the bed frame and into the crack as he was walking past. And I asked him in a groggy voice as I've ever heard, or as I've ever been able to produce, "What's going on?" And he stops because he hadn't realized I was still sleeping. Nobody realized I was still sleeping. And he turned around and he looked at me and goes, "If you just woke up, go back to sleep." And I'm like, okay. I close the door again, go back to sleep. And then I hear this whole tale in the morning when I before I go to school, or if it's Saturday or whatever. I hear it the next day. This story. So yeah, I can sleep through World War III if I want to. Let's put it that way. So I don't listen to Spotify actually. I used to listen a lot to music. That used to be how I coped with distraction. Or that's my distraction coping mechanism for ADHD. Always having music on. I used to have a laser disc Walkman. Is that what it's called? Laser disc. There was like these cassettes, not a laser disc. Walkman, Sony. They were so cool. Like kids in school had CDs, CD players, or cassette players, like some fucking dweeb. But I had something much cooler, and now I can't find it. I don't remember the name, but it was like a cassette with a disc inside, and you could record onto it with really good quality. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is the exact one that I had. This is what I had. The exact one. MD Walkman. Yeah, and I remember this. It was so fucking cool. One time we slept in bunk beds, me and my bro. I slept on top and I woke up on the floor one day. How did I fucking manage to wake up on the floor? I was not camping, but we were a group away on a thing. Details unimportant. And I had a blow up mattress. An air-filled mattress. So I slept like a feet above ground. And the guy next to me, he slept on a thin mattress for the woods. Like if you go camping, like some fucking dweeb. And I woke up the next day because below us was concrete. That was We were concrete, his mattress, my mattress. Like, there was a stark difference. I woke up on his mattress with him on the concrete floor. I was the douche. I was the douche in the sleep. But yeah, I had one of these, and I used to listen to a lot of music. I had I could fit like 500 songs on one cassette, so I had variety, and I could. It had like a menu where you can see how tiny the screen is. You could hardly see anything. I used to listen to a lot of rock music, but also some Eminem. But I never got into rap music, though. In hindsight, I think I would have enjoyed that quite a bit. Metal, absolutely. I used to listen to a lot of. This is gonna be embarrassing. Creed. With arms wide open under the sunlight. Their first album still slaps. The third album, after the bassist is kicked out of the band due to personal differences with the singer, horrible. Then I listened. I also listened to some. Oh my god, the Finnish metal band. What are they called? With Nemo. Nightwish. Lordy. No, I didn't. I've never listened to Lordy. Oh my god. No, Nightwish. Stuff like that. But mostly the bass side of singing. Nightwish used to be great, at least. I can't speak for them these days. I remember them kicking out the singer and replacing her with a folk music singer, which was an interesting decision. I know the singer was just a singer. She didn't provide any musical input. She was more or less just a hired singer for the band, but she was so integral to their sound that I don't know if they really. I've never heard of that band, even Bathory. But anyway, why I'm talking about all this is because I didn't get my Spotify, what's it called, Rap, because I don't use music as a coping mechanism anymore. So I don't listen to that much music that I need as Spotify. I have music that I listen to. I listen to everything from rock music, metal, stuff like that, to rap music, to blues, and Cornelis Vreeswijk, of course. I mean, come on, it's Vreeswijk, a Swedish icon, if I ever heard of. Interesting. Never became a Swedish citizen. Did become a Danish citizen. Interestingly enough. Yeah. I've attempted to translate that song even. Works kind of. But yeah, so no, I don't use music as a coping mechanism anymore. I use YouTube videos instead as a coping mechanism. So I just put on a video I know I like. I'm getting tired and hungry. I need to eat. I just put on a video I know I like, or I know I'm gonna be able to ignore when I need it, because I already know the video. I know the broad strokes of the video, and listen to that. I've never, ever been a KanYE fan. Ever. I've listened to a song here and there, like anyone else, but I've never listened to one of his albums, ever. Is that really a wow thing? I don't know. Feels like I can't be the only one who hasn't listened to a KanYE album. He's an amazing producer. It's just a shame how anti-Semitic he is. It's just a shame how fucking, because that's always been my issue with KanYE and why I've never, he's never been attracting to me music wise. He is so fucking full of himself. Like there's nothing KanYE can do that KanYE doesn't think he is amazing at. And that just doesn't appeal to me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap up here. I am getting so fucking hungry. Thank you guys for being with me today, even though it's been 2 weeks. I might stream tomorrow depending on how I feel. I'm gonna go on a feelings-based system here, but I will be then streaming High on Life, the Justin Roiland.
Bounty hunter now. You gotta help me rescue my friends. They're Gatlians just like me.
And since I know, okay, shut up. Since I know there's gonna be 3 B movies, that's been what's it called when they buy the rights to something. Anyway, that's been acquired from Vinegar Syndrome, and they're just apparently streaming inside the game. I'm gonna see if I can't find those. That's gonna be my goal. I want to find all 3 movies. Just gonna watch some TV because the best parts, or not the best parts perhaps, but some of the best parts of Justin Roiland creations is not the main story. It's all the random shit sometimes, like interdimensional cable TV. The first one was amazing, and it's just them riffing in the studio. So I'm expecting to see a lot of those things. And I'm just gonna try and watch some TV inside it, and I'm gonna see if I can't get TTS on. I haven't looked into it, but I'm gonna see if I can't do that. But yeah, honestly, after I've eaten, I'm gonna edit the Julia Fox video where she tells all on KanYE being a slave fetishist. So you can see my initial reaction to her behavior when she's in dominatrix mode. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys all. Absolutely. It's been a blast to have you here. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. It's a feelings-based system. We can never know. Bye-bye.